Let's talk about our daily actions. We want to build our momentum, but try to do so without building up burnout. So let's bring everything together into our daily actions. So this week, we want to focus on where momentum comes from, which is our small, repeatable behaviors, not intensity. Momentum builds. So we have a few non-negotiables, and they're pretty simple. We want to track to build awareness. We want to work on taking action steps that are identity aligned. So we talked about that before, where we have the person that we want to become, and we have to keep casting votes for that person. And then showing up for movement when planned. So we're tracking to learn, not to judge. So I have a quick look here at what I have in the progress tracker. So if you are very new to tracking and you're just focusing on just trying to look at your food, or if you want to only focus on the movement piece, that is totally fine. I have this here so that you can get the big picture. I mean, ideally we do it all, but I don't work in ideals. I work in what is realistic. So we do have total calories, protein, steps, whether you worked out, your hydration and sleep or stress. So like I said, if you're new to tracking, this can feel like a lot. But for me, this might just be recording food and then looking at my Apple Watch and getting the info from there. So it can be fairly simple, but like I said, if you're just wanting to focus on your food right now, that's fine. If you want to just focus on what your exercise and stress looks like, that's fine. So try to do as much as you're reasonably able to without that burnout. And then on the bottom here, we have other small wins or indicators of progress, like your energy or digestion, or some of those non-scale wins like we talked about in orientation. And then I have a place for you to write out what your weekly target ranges were, and then what we actually hit during that week. If you are tracking weight, we want to track the lowest weight of the week, something that you're proud of or something that you want to work on. So on our Friday wins, you can write out some of your wins and you can write out some things that you want to do better. But really, you're choosing micro goals that are doable even on hard days. So we are working on your minimum non-negotiables. We have our ideal days, and then we have what is actually realistic and doable. So this is about preventing burnout by knowing what those minimums are and having grace for that, and then knowing if I had an ideal day, this is absolutely what it would be. So many fad diets have you doing work towards the ideal days, and that really can end up leading to burnout. So research shows that self-monitoring and small wins build your confidence and consistency over time. So we're building awareness, we're building self-efficacy by doing that self-monitoring. Because I can't be in your kitchen, and honestly, you don't want me to be there because, I'm only okay when it comes to cooking. I am not an in-home chef. And I found that in working with clients, you want to, show that you're trying to do what this person is saying, but that doesn't really help you when it comes to what is realistic, what is actually happening, and making changes based on that. So I really love the self-monitoring piece here because of that. So remember, tracking, it's a data gathering tool, not for judgment. So tracking our food or behaviors or even satiety, we're not trying to be perfect, but just get the real picture of what's going on. And later on, we may even start just tracking your satiety, so that hunger and fullness. So if you finish the week feeling a little clearer, not perfect, you are going to be doing this right. And we do have, like I said, multiple tracking options, but accuracy actually improves when our expectations are realistic. So remember, consistency beats intensity and clarity beats control. So if you want to work on our week 1 action steps that might be suggested for you, that is that daily awareness check-in, whether you're recording or start tracking in order to understand your habits, and also taking a look for some of those automatic actions or triggers. Watching the videos on maybe how to use the progress trackers or how to accurately track. You can find that in your Start Strong checklist. And, a strength training or movement anchor. We ideally want to have 3 to 5 of those a week. So access the basic strength training plan, and even if you don't start that in week 1, we are going to actually choose which plan or another training plan that you want to include, and look at your calendar, decide where we want to enter that in. Keep in mind that doing it every day for 10 minutes is going to be much more effective than trying to, go 5 days for an hour and then feeling like a failure. So keep that in mind. We want to be realistic when it comes to this.